So for the hair, you'll need hairbrush and probably one of the two. This is just a comb, and this is a teasing brush, which is really helpful. Bun ring if you want one, a donut, it's up to you. Hair nets, hair ties. These are bun pins, or I think they're called hair pins. So they're straight with and they don't touch either side. Normal bobby pins, and I usually use mousse, or you can just use hairspray, but you also need hairspray. So what we'll start with is we're going to put a bit of mousse through Brianna's hair. And so I just spread it out, just gives it a nice base. To start with. And then brush it through. It just makes the hair nice and tacky and helps to get everything looking nice and smooth. Looking right. So if you look from the side here, we aim to have our hair pulled up for as if you're following the line of the chin, and it comes all the way up through the ear and it's up to the crown of the head. Or the other way you can measure it is from the front of your hairline and wherever the very end of your hand is, that's about where the ponytail needs to go. I'm just going to add a little bit more at the back. Help get all those flyaways in. Make it smooth as possible, and it really does help for it to last throughout the comp. It doesn't matter if there's a few creases when you pull it up, so we can fix that before we do the bun. So looking at that now, so following the line all the way up. So I can probably bring mine a little bit higher. And about there will be good for Brianna. So just tie it off. Make sure you're using a really strong hair tie, otherwise the hair will move throughout the comp, throughout the day. Get all the hair through. And then make sure it's tight to the scalp. So you can see there's a few little bumps. So what I normally do now is just grab some hairspray and you really, really coat the hair. And then I'll take either the comb or the teasing brush, it doesn't really matter either way. And you smooth the bumps back closer to where the hair tie is, because that will go underneath the bun. Sorry. All the way around. That makes it a nice smooth finish. Then if you need to, you might not need to, just use a couple of bobby pins just to smooth those bumps in right next to where the ponytail's been pulled up to. So you can see that one. So they should be tried to be hidden underneath where the bun will lie. Now, next stage, I put a light bit of hairspray through the rest of the hair. It just helps, I find it just helps with the teasing. It's usually better if you haven't washed your hair that morning that you're about to tease it. And also if it's not really, really dirty. So grab the bit of hair, and you can use a comb or teasing brush for this, and start close to the hair and slide the hair closer like that. And then you need to do all of the sections in the same way. And this will be the same whether you use a donut to help make a bit of a shape, or whether you just have just the hair. So now it's all teased, I like to put a bit of hairspray in, just to ensure it's going to hold it a little bit for me. And the next job is a hairnet. So don't buy the bun nets, they're really hard to use. Get a hairnet, and we just got to get all the hair underneath it. So I don't like to wrap it around twice. It might depend on how much hair your girl has. But for Brianna and I, we only wrap it once. And then I grab just a hair pin, twist it around a little bit and just get it to hold into place there. So we've got to aim to have our bun sitting up nice and high, about that height. So I then go around and grab a hairpin and just section by section hook it into a little bit and squish it up, aiming for the ponytail. So if you hook it in like that, twist it underneath and push it through. Just add an extra bit of hairspray just to, once you get the basic shape. So you want it sitting up high and tall. Sometimes it falls backwards a little bit and it ends up down towards the back of where the bun net's been secured. So just make sure you use heaps of hairspray, especially if they get knocked with headpieces and such at the comp. So have it sitting up tall, and that's the finished product there. So this is the version with the donut. I actually prefer, this is what I do with my own hair. I just find it easier and you don't have to tease quite as much. So you can get different sizes of these. For example, for Brianna, I'd use probably this size. This is the size I use for myself, but you can get smaller ones. So you do everything exactly the same as before, and once we get up to the teasing part, still you've got to tease it quite a bit still. And then just stick your fingers through the donut, and then you need to feed the hair through so it's sitting in nice and close to the ponytail. And then I often find it's easier if you just grab one of the hairpins and just sort of wrap it, get it basically in the shape. So the idea is that you don't really see the donut through the hair, and I just usually use just 2 of these to get the hair wrapped around to somewhat in the right direction. Then we just chuck the hairnet over the top and tuck it all underneath. And same as before, just make it a little bit tighter and pin it in with the hairpin. And then we'll go around and just create the shape with our bun pins. Just want it nice and big, so it will end up bigger than what the donut size we've used. Using these pins to grab a bit down and then push towards the ponytail. And then just finish with some hairspray, same as before. So get all those bumps out. That's the finished product before, and just finish with some hairspray all on the hair. And if you need to, just do another little, just really gentle sweep back with the comb, just to lay down all those flyaways. And that's it.